I am so pleased to be here with all of you today. It's such an important time in our nation's capital. So many decisions are being made. So the fact that you're here to engage in a dialogue with your legislators and with the people who are making the decisions is fundamentally important. I want to recognize my colleague who's also on my softball team. She's an amazing right fielder, I can tell you. She's pretty amazing in all that she does. I also want to recognize Furkan Kosar, who's the president of the Turkish-American Alliance, such an important organization, not just for our country, but specifically for New York. The amount of outreach and community gatherings that are led by the Turkish-American Alliance really makes a difference for understanding the issues of today. I also want to recognize Azerbaijan's ambassador, Mr. Elin Suleymanov. I know that our country's relationship with Azerbaijan is so very important, and I want to extend a special thank you and a special welcome here to Washington. Now, New York State has almost every community from around the world, and one of our most significant and wonderful is the Azeri community. It is one that is integral to our social fabric, to our economic fabric, and to our cultural fabric. So I want to recognize the shared contributions and friendship. Ever since the fall of the Soviet Union, Azerbaijan has been growing in its importance to the U.S. and to the global community. Today, Azerbaijan is no less than a United Nations Security Council member, and that is not only an honor, but it's a significant responsibility. And I hope and trust that our UN postures align, particularly on some of the most pressing issues facing us around the world, particularly Iran and Syria. And as the winds of change spread across the Middle East, Azerbaijan can play an increasing role for the United States and our allies. Azerbaijan is located near some of our most challenging neighbors. I'm certain that President Aliyev would want nothing less than to keep nuclear weapons out of the hands of Iran. This is a potential threat that would impact Azerbaijan directly. On the other side of Azerbaijan is Russia, with which we have not seen eye to eye recently at the UN. Azerbaijan, with its historic and deep understanding and relationships, can play a very significant role in the international community's dialogue with Russia on the most pressing international issues. Finally, I want to focus on the U.S.-Azeri economic relationship. As you know, this month, a high-level delegation from Azerbaijan came to Washington for the U.S.-Azerbaijan Economic Partnership meeting. It is very exciting to see the potential for new opportunities for both of our countries. Azerbaijan's energy sector is the key to a health of the global community, as well as the ability of the international community to maintain pressure on Iran's energy exports. At the same time, there are so many opportunities for diversification and growth in investment and trade between our two countries. This is a great time for economic dialogue to take place. As governments, we must put in place the policies that will fundamentally affect economic prosperity for both our nations. That means new jobs here in America and new jobs abroad. We also have to maintain a dialogue to increase the opportunities for our nations to get to know each other better, and that's exactly what today's luncheon is about. All of you are helping to make a difference here in America, and I thank you for that leadership. Thank you again for welcoming me.